Cameron Murray, who signed with the Arizona Cardinals. I think it's a great signing. I looked at their roster. They didn't draft a defensive tackle. And I think he's got a great opportunity in a great place. Arizona is a cool place to live. It's a good franchise. They're on the up, and Cameron joins us now. Cameron, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I talked to Dylan Stoner's dad yesterday, and he said the last part of the round on the draft on Saturday, there were four teams that were contacting Dylan's agent, and you know, and the Raiders were really adamant about wanting him. Can you tell the story how this happened for you and the Arizona Cardinals and what that was like for you?
It was a good experience. I had other things that text my agent. During the draft, towards the end of the draft. Saying, they might draft me or I might get a free agency. And as soon as the draft was over, I got a call from the Cardinals. They called my agent and they told me I was the only D tackle they was going to bring in. So it was like the best fit for me. So it was a good experience. Just to have my agent do that for me and work hard for me to get the opportunity to have with the Arizona Cardinals organization. So it all worked out, and it's in God's plan. So,
For the first time this year, because of I guess COVID-19, I had a radio show to do. Normally, I do my show live from Pro Day, and this year, with kind of all the stuff going on, I just said, okay, I'll let other guys cover it, and I'll do my radio show, which I hated because I do like to go to Pro Day. I think it's kind of fun. Um, and I was even told by Coach Gundy I could be over there for the weightlifting stuff, which I like that part, and the bench press rep test and the jumps and stuff. You had a stellar pro day. I mean, what kind of feeling did you have? And I know I didn't see any interviews with you afterwards, but your 40, your bench press rep, the important things for your position, your 5'10", 5. You aced pro day. I mean, how'd you feel after that?
I felt really good. I thought, I prepared well. Training at the place I went to train at, and I think it all went good for me that day. I really loved the opportunity I got. After it was over with, saw a lot of teams, but overall, pro day was a good day.
Yeah, a couple of things I want to get your reaction to. Um, it was maybe not. It was 2019 season, and middle of the year, you were playing really well. And I was talking to Joe Bob Clements after practice, and I said, "Dang, Cameron's playing really well." I said, "Do you see a possibility for him beyond college playing in the pros?" And Joe Bob goes, I didn't really know, but a couple of weeks ago, I got a phone call from an NFL scout friend of mine that said, "Hey, this Cameron Murray guy is playing pretty good." He goes, "I'm just letting you know as his position coach, we got eyes on him. This is a guy that we're going to keep our eyes on because we think he's developing into a guy that can play on Sundays." Did Joe Bob ever share that with you?
I know towards the end of my career he kind of did, but not really. I don't think he wanted me to get a big head or anything like that. So, but no, he never shared it to me personally. But towards the end, he might let it slip out a little bit, but never let it come all the way out.
Well, and I think that by the end of your career, there were a number of pro scouts that were saying, "Yeah, we want to take a good look at this guy." Then I've got a friend that's a pro scout that told me, and this was after pro day, between pro day and the draft, and this may, this may make you feel good. On the other hand, it may offend you, and I'm kind of interested in what your response is. But he told me, let me tell you something about Cameron Murray, and I said, "What?" And he goes, "That guy could have a 10-year career in the NFL." And I said, "Wow, that's pretty cool." And he goes, "I don't know that he'll ever start a game. But he's the kind of guy that I've seen come into this league, make himself indispensable. He can eat up reps and help out. He's not necessarily a starter, but he's a dependable backup, and you've got to have those guys in the league." And so, I mean, I thought, well, now there's a compliment and a kind of a diss all at the same time. Yeah, this guy's good enough to play for 10 years. Don't know if he'll ever start. And my guess is you like the 10-year part, but you probably saying, "Hey, man, I'll prove somebody wrong and be a starter."
Yeah, everybody has their opinion, and really can't do nothing about that. But, I see myself eventually playing. Everybody wants to be the starter, but, if you have to take that backseat role, there's nothing wrong with it. But, you work just as hard as other guys, so you still want the opportunity to be the starter, you know what I'm saying? So it motivates you, to hear something like that. It's good to hear that he said I can be a 10-year guy, but also saying I'm a backseat guy, it kind of contradicts yourself. But I feel like me personally, I can work myself to get in the starting position. Even at Oklahoma State, I was never the main guy at first. Had to wait a couple of years, and then it eventually happened for me. So it all works out. You just gotta trust the process.
No, it certainly worked out for you, and again, you're one of those guys. I remember in your recruiting class, you were one of the guys that didn't necessarily. I don't know how many stars you had. I don't really get into the star thing, but and then you came in and like I was talking about, you pulled yourself up that first year. You only played like 5 games, but then after that, and this is what I think is as admirable as anything. This game's physical. People miss time in this game. You were a guy that answered every dance. I mean, you were there every week, and those guys, that's pretty cool that you can stay and not miss games, and you were out there all the time.
Yes, sir.
So, again, you got mini camp next week. What's been the correspondence so far? Have they sent you a defensive playbook, or have you talked
Yes, sir.
to
I've been meeting with the assistant D line coach every day. I meet with him again at 11:30. So we've been talking every day, going over the playbook. It's a little bit different, but I fly out. They fly me out to May 12th, and then I think Richie minicamp starts maybe that weekend. I think, and so it's been pretty good. I've talked to the coach. They really high on me. Letting me know I'm the only guy really there. So all eyes gonna be on me. So just learning the playbook been the biggest thing so far. So.
Yeah, here's another thing too. Zaven Collins from over there at TU was their number one pick, and I mean he's a heck of a football player. Have you corresponded with him, or will you just meet up with him at the mini camp?
But I would just meet up with him at the mini camp. I haven't spoke to him yet. Haven't got the chance to spoke to him yet. But I know eventually. I know they find out all the guys at one time, so I know we'll eventually get to meet everybody.
Yeah, and again, like I said, I mean, yeah, the NFL doesn't give you a choice on where you go typically until you get later in your career, and then maybe you can make a decision. But as far as places to live. And I think you've been out there, have you been out there for a bowl game? Have we played a bowl game out there with?
No, sir. I wasn't here yet.
Okay, so you haven't been out to Arizona, but it is a great place to live. What do you know about that?
I know a lot of people have been telling me it's been a really good place to live. The weather's always nice. It's a good area. So I've been hearing good things about Arizona.
No, it's fantastic. Well, hey, I'll let you go. I know you've got a meeting coming up with like you said, with the assistant defensive line coach. And other than seeing you wear that red, I'm not crazy about that. But I am sure looking forward to seeing you in a Cardinals uniform. And I think you're gonna do great things. You were one of those guys that I thought had a really good chance coming out of this to get into a team and have a good career. So. I don't care if it's backup or starter. If you do 10 years in the National Football League, you've done pretty good. So I'm going to root for you to get those 10 years in.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Hey, Cam, thank you, and good luck. Enjoy your NFL future coming up.
Okay, thank you.
Cameron Murray, again, former Cowboys defensive tackle.